In this video, I want to show you how to list all available Linux commands and aliases. For example, if you have a Linux command, there are some commands that if you have a Linux system, there are some commands that are very useful. But to know that those commands really exist on your system is very important. And if the commands do not exist, you can easily install them as well through the yum command. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to list all the available commands that you can make use of. Now, I'm going to start from, there are many commands that can be used, but I'm going to start from the complex ones to the simplest ones, so that from there you can choose the one that you think you can easily work with depending on your installation or your Linux distro. So let me show you the first one. The first one is going to be with the list command line, which is the ls command. So which is going to be with the command. So with the echo, then it's going to be looking at the path directory as well. So we have this, and then I'm going to be using the tr command line, which is to help in listing the items that will be got from the path root. So to do that, I'm going to be saying that I want it to be from the beginning to the last. So that is what I am now putting here. Okay. So with this, I can easily have a list of all the commands. So with this now, this is the list of all the commands that can be used. So you discover that with this particular command, I am having a list of all the commands that can be used, and they are arranged alphabetically so that I can easily pinpoint any command that I am really interested in, or easily identify any command that is not installed on my system. So that is the first one. Then for example, this particular one, what it does is that the commands are listed by folder. So this is what I am having here. The commands are listed by folder. So you discover that these are the different folders I have. So in the various folders, there are different commands that can be used. So let me now show you another command that can also list all the available Linux commands, but it is going to list all the commands by name. In this case, it is not going to be by folder. Probably this does not really meet your names. So to do that, I'm going to be using the same command, but in this case, I'm going to be adding the grep command. So this grep command helps in indexing all the different commands and sorting them. So that is what I'm going to be doing now. So which is going to be with the same ls command. So that is what, then with the pipe, because I want to run the one command after the other. So with the same tr, okay. So with the grep command, so this is what I'm going to be adding. So I need to also sort. So this is going to be helping me to sort the commands, because I am making a list by name. In this case, it is a list by name. So because it is a list by name, I need the list alphabetically so that I can easily identify any command I have or any command I do not have. So that is what I have in this case. So I'll press enter. So doing this, you discover that I now have a complete list. So this is how to list all available Linux commands by name. Okay, so this is another method that can be used. Another method that can be used to list all Linux commands available is to just make use of the tab key on your keyboard. It is a shortcut, but it is not very perfect, but at least it still gives you something. So you just need to you just need to press the tab keyboard or the tab key on your keyboard twice. So that is what I'm going to do now. So in this case, it is asking if I want to display all the available commands I have. So in this case, I'm going to be saying yes. So in this case, you now see that it is displaying all of them, which are the things I have in this case. Okay, so that is it. So now, another one which I consider more or less the simplest or the most user-friendly command that can be used to list all available commands and aliases is going to be the compgen command. So in this case, I am going to be using that first of all to list all the available commands, then later it is going to be listing all the available aliases I have on the system. So the first one is this. So these are commands which are built into the system. So in this case, which is going to be the compgen with the switch C, which means I am only interested in the commands. In this case, I'm not interested in the aliases, only the commands. So in this case, when I press enter, it is going to be showing me all the commands I have, all the available commands. So in this case, you discover what I have here is that it is not giving me alphabetically. So I can easily add the sort command to do that, which is going to be the compgen command with the pipe, because I want it to sort everything for me alphabetically. So with this, I now have an alphabetical listing of all the available commands. So the next one is to have a list of all the aliases on the system. So which is going to be with the same compgen, but in this case it's going to be with the A switch because I am interested in the aliases. So pressing enter, so you discover that it gives me all the available aliases I have on my Linux system. So that is what I have here. So now, another thing is that if I am only interested in having a listing of only the built-in commands, only the built-in commands. A built-in command is a Linux command which is built into a shell interpreter. That means it built in means that it is there by default and I can make use of those commands. I don't need to create any command myself or have any command installed. For example, an example is an example of an interpreter, for example, like the sh, ksh, bash, and so on like that. So to check all those available commands which are built in, I'm going to be using the B switch. So which is going to become gen, then the B switch. So this gives me all the available commands which are built into the system. These are the available commands built into the system. Now, for example, to check if a command is built in or not, there is a way I can do that. To do that, you just need to use the type command. So which is going, for example, if I want to check the cd command, if it is built in or not. So in this case, it's saying that, for example, that cd is a shell built in. So in this particular case, I can easily know if a command is built in or not. So the type command can be used in identifying any command and knowing whether it is a built-in command or not. So if I also want to have a list of all the keywords that I could run on my system, I am going to be making use of the K switch for that. So which is going to be the compgen command with the K switch. So this gives me all the keywords I can make use of. Now, the keywords are the words that that means the whose meaning has already um, been made available in the shell. The keywords cannot be used as a variable. You cannot make use of those keywords as a variable because those are the keywords that are reserved for the system. So those are the built-in keywords. Those are keywords that you cannot make use of in any way or the other. So to easily identify those keywords, you can just make use of the case switch of the comgen command. So this is another way, or this is a way of identifying those keywords, and those are the different switches of the comgen command that you can use to have a list of the available Linux commands and aliases on your Linux system.